Hey, this is John Carlos, and from Living in Oblivion, to Death at a Funeral, to the station agent in Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage is one of my favorite actors, so I'm really excited that he's available in action figure form. So let's check out the Tyrion Lannister action figure.
Here's a quick look at the packaging, and I like that all the packages have the house crests on the side of them. I think that's a really nice touch. Right off the bat, I got some issues with the legs. Now, I've seen legs be placed in the package a little weird, and then you just sort of get them out and, you know, put them into place, and that's fine. But this one's got some little restrictions that prevent me from putting it in place. First of all, I like that this one's got like a shin swivel right here, but this one's giving me a little resistance. Doesn't really turn that far, but this one turns. But where I'm having the problem, you know, once you line up the back of the knees into place, is that this one has the hinge and it's got the swivel, and I like that it swivels, but this one's locked into place where the hinge works, but I can't get this foot to swivel for the life of me, so it's kind of stuck in this position. I'm going to have to dip this into some warm water and see if I can't loosen this. Otherwise, I can't get his foot to move out of this position, and if I want him to be able to stand somewhat, I have to tweak his leg so that the back is now on the side, and I don't know, it's just kind of a mess. The rest of the outfit, though, looks really good, so let's move on to some positives. I think the paint on the armor turned out rad. This is like some really, really good faux metal paint, and I think they did a really good job, even just like with these little side buckles. There you go. Even just like the paint on those straps. Looks really, really good. I think they did a great job with that. In fact, all this stuff along the neckline, his little shoulder armor, I think the armor on this looks really cool. The paint on the arm brackets, though, is a little sloppy, but oh well. And then underneath the armor, I like the way the cloth has not only just like little wrinkle sculptures, but different gray tones of paint that highlight the wrinkle textures. I think the paint on this figure is really, really good. Even just along the pant legs here, and like the multiple browns used for the boot straps. Here's a look at his head, and I think he looks the most like his actor compared to anyone else in Series 1 of these figures. Close second would be, you know, the White Walker and the Hound. The paint, though, he's still a little mustache heavy compared to a couple others I saw. I did see some at like a collector's shop for like 80 and $100. But those had slightly better beard and mustache paint. But the likeness on this is actually pretty decent compared to what you saw with Jon Snow and Daenerys. I like the hair. I think they did a good job sculpting the hair. I mean, it's a single paint scheme. There isn't really like any shading involved. But I really like how they sculpted his forehead, that little ridge right in the middle there. They did a good job kind of capturing his eyes. You know, compared to the rest of the figures, I really like this head sculpt. Articulation on this figure is decent. I have not a lot of real problems to speak of. I thought his shoulders would be limited by this armor piece, but it's a soft rubber that can kind of be pulled up and lifted over, so that's pretty cool. You got the side hinged wrists, so that's neat. Everything on the knees is pretty strong. I got no complaints about anything here, and I got that leg to that little foot to pop into place. I just had to pull it up to a point where it couldn't move anywhere but side to side. I didn't even need to use warm water, so that's pretty good. He comes with one accessory, and that is his battle axe. I think the paint is the greatest strength of this figure. From the armor to the detail on the axe handle, even just like the laces on the inside of his wrist gauntlet. There's a lot of cool little paint details, and that really, to me, like make this figure worthwhile. So here's a look at the rest of Series 1. Now, in my other reviews, I've pointed out little problems I've had with face paint or little joint articulation problems, and I know many of you out there are not happy with the face likeness of these figures. But I'll cut Funko some slack. This is their first time out the gate making 6-inch action figures, and I think they did a pretty good job. They're not trying to replicate like NECA's detail. They were set out to do like a Star Wars Black Hasbro style model of figures, and I think they achieved that. And I personally am looking forward to Series 2. I think Tyrion is probably my second favorite figure in this series. My first favorite would probably be the Hound, as far as like detail and quality work. But Tyrion turned out really good. I'm really happy with him. Thanks for watching.